friends, welcome back. We're going to continue our journey reading The Treasure Hunters. We have finally made it to part 1, and it's Pirate Infested Waters. I'm super excited. We're about to start chapter 1 in the series, finally. So before this, we've been on the prologue, reading through and giving us background knowledge, and so we are starting part 1 of our story today, the official beginning of our story finally. So I hope you're as excited as I am to continue this trip. Chapter 1. Whoa, not so fast. You didn't really think that this was the end, did you? If I were dead, how could I be telling you my story? Okay, fine. Bex says she could have taken over. That writing is easier than drawing. Whatever. Scribble a picture or something. Note to self, if I ever have my own ship, do not call it the Lost. Because that's exactly what and where we are. Lost at sea. I guess we should be glad Dad didn't name his boat the Sunk, the Drowned, or Titanic 2. When the storm finally calmed, the 4 of us had somehow survived. For the moment, anyhow. And yes, the Lost was leaking. We all had seaweed in our shoes, and a ship-to-shore radio was dead. But we were still alive. Unfortunately, we couldn't say the same about Dad. He was definitely missing and gone, and none of us were sure what had happened to him. He went overboard, said Storm, matter-of-factly. She's about 2 years older than me and Beck. She's a genius, and her IQ is off the charts. She's kind of awkward. She's always sporting out stuff she really shouldn't hear. He's dead. He probably drowned. Hang on, I said. We don't know that for certain. She hesitated. You're right. The sharks could have eaten him first. I probably wouldn't have taken a swing at her. Anyone else who would have said that. But it's just the way the Storm is. I knew she was sad just like the rest of us. And what made Dad's disappearance even more depressing was the fact that it was just 3 months ago our mom had disappeared too. She went missing in Cyprus. The shady dealers probably shot her, was what Storm blurted out back then. You know, one of them guns hidden under the flap of his trench coat. You know, the ones with tzatziki stains all on the labels. Did I mention Storm has a very photogenic memory? Long story short, without a mother or a father, Storm, Tommy, Beck, and I were officially orphans drifting across the Caribbean Sea in our very own slowly sinking orphanage. And of course, we weren't always this miserable. Not to brag, but 4 months ago, we were probably the most incredible family anyone could have ever met. Not because anything or any of us did, but because of who our father was. Professor Tom Kidd. That's right. The Tom Kidd. The famous oceanographer and treasure hunter. The guy found the 1621 wreck of the Spanish galleon off the coast of Barbados. It was loaded with gold coins, silver bars, and smacks of Colombian emeralds. And in Asia, he uncovered thousands of ceramic pottery dating all the way back to different dynasties off of sunken cargo vessels. And off the coast of Cyprus in the Mediterranean Sea, he brought up a treasure chest filled with sparkling jewels and diamonds. Yes, and we were his crew. We were treasure hunters too. Our parents homeschooled us and taught us how to survive in the world without iPads, iPhones, in Papa John's. We were at least 2 grades beyond where we would be in regular school. Well, maybe not Tailspin Tommy. He's 17 and spends a lot of time on his own. So, he could be on regular grade level. I've never been to a mall. Beck has never had a mani-pedi. Tommy didn't have a gym membership. And Storm can out-Google Google with her onboard computer because she remembers every red page she has ever surfaced across. And ever since Beck and I were 3, our homeschool and our school have been incredible. "63-foot-long sailing ship. This is where we learned to cook, we took karate lessons, and practiced navigating by the stars. The Lost had taken us to many ports and countries, more than any of us could ever remember. Except Storm. Like I said, she remembers everything. Even what kind of food stains are in your coat. 9 years later, it's totally normal for Beck to remind me. 9 years later, it's totally normal for Beck and me to read the treasure map and go on deep sea dives with our dad, who we helped dredge up priceless Viking shields from the 11th century shipwreck in Denmark because a museum is willing to pay top dollar to add to their collection. What isn't normal is throwing around a baseball in the backyard. Grass feels funny under my feet. Plus, when you throw a baseball on a boat, you lose them. The same way we kind of lost Dad. Yep, until Cyrus. And now the perfect Lost Storm. Life on the Lost had always been, well, extremely great. Too bad our happy life was going to end when we sank and everyone drowned. Unless, and like Storm says it, sharks get us first. So, it's just the kids on the boat now. No mom and dad are in sight. Beck seems to know everything at all and remembers everything. And they all work together and used to work together and help their father. They lived on the boat and they even schooled on the boat. So watch out for tomorrow and we'll continue to find out what happens next. Have a good day.